What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Coffee and the Creeps. I'm your host, Maxwell, and alongside me is my fellow creep and actual first guest co-host of the show, my brother Walker. So, Walker, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, and I'm excited for this extra special podcast, and I am glad to be on this episode of Coffee and the Creeps.
Yep, yeah. So Walker is, like I said, a fellow creep as well as a coffee enthusiast. So he is a genuine coffee creep. So today we definitely have a special episode for you guys today because we're going to be diving into the more extraterrestrial side of the show. Obviously that's different from the past two episodes where it's been more true crime and paranormal. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. It's about the Villisca Axe murders. However, we are going to be talking about the notorious fire in the sky story of Travis Walton. You guys have probably noticed this is not our usual studio that we are usually in. This is actually Renee and I's travel studio that we've been using because, you know, with this whole podcast, our life has been getting really crazy with all the fame we've been getting. I know
There's popularity and everything, and
it's really crazy.
Yeah.
It's been leaking into our lives. It's been really toxic. But
it's been leaking in my life, too.
I know, yeah. It's been just spreading everywhere. So that's all right because Renee and I, we're dealing with it. And no need to fear if you guys missed the last studio because we will be back to it next week. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into our story of Travis Walton Fire in the Sky.
Travis Walton, he is a 22-year-old logger in Snowflake, Arizona. Him and his 6 co-workers were out logging in a forest nearby. They work all day till sunset, and on their way home, they see a bright light ahead of them in the forest. And when they get close enough, they realize it's coming from a flying saucer. The 6 friends or co-workers that were with Travis, they were freaked out, but he was like mesmerized, like in Finding Nemo. They're at the bottom of the ocean, and the
anglerfish?
Yeah, the anglerfish. Yeah. And it like draws in Dory and then it tries to get her. Basically what's happening with Travis, he gets drawn towards it, he steps out of the car. His coworkers, for some reason, they just leave. And then they come back with law enforcement.
Yeah, some friends, right?
Yeah, they just ditch him. They come back with law enforcement. He's gone. They search for him for 5 days, combing through the forest and having helicopters go and try and find him throughout the whole entire mountainside where they are. They can't find him for 5 days. Out of nowhere, he appeared. He said he woke up on the side of a highway, and he had one heck of a story to tell.
Yeah. However, before we get into that story, we are going to have our coffee break. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Coffee and the Creeps. Now we're going to be starting our coffee break, and if you guys may have noticed, we have added another member to the group. This is my dad, Adam, and he's just felt like popping in. Nothing weird about it, but Walker and I are actually going to be drinking coffees that he has prepared himself, and we actually have a also special beverage for our other guest host here. Renee, could you? It's his favorite. We got him a good cold one.
Coca-Cola.
So, Dad, would you like to say anything to the crowd real quick?
Hello, welcome to Coffee and the Creeps. Coffee and the Creeps. In my RV and just sitting here, and I don't drink coffee. Everybody in my family does. My parents, my brother, my sister. But I don't. Never have liked the taste. I love the smell in the morning, but I don't. So my caffeine is Coca-Cola or Pepsi.
Yeah, so him and my mom drink it pretty religiously. It's pretty it's a big deal in the Schwing household for sure.
I used to as well.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
So now you're a coffee enthusiast now.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me what.
Are you saying you used to drink Coca-Cola and you don't anymore? Is that
No,
what you're
I
saying?
still do, but it was a lot worse.
As of last night. As of last night. But he's about to quit cold turkey as of last night, I guess.
He'll just be getting the shakes in the corner later on. So, anyways, Walker, what'd you make for us today?
Well.
Oh, wait. You didn't tell me. You didn't tell me.
It's a secret.
It's a secret.
But there are options, okay? So it's going to be extremely difficult.
Okay.
So I have 3 different type of coffee beans that I use. There is, of course, Black Rifle coffee beans.
Okay. Which one?
The ones you gave me.
It's the Sasquatch blend. Okay.
Yeah. Then there's the Dominican Republic coffee.
Okay, that's more of a bitter blend roasted with like chocolates and nuts.
And then there's a Starbucks coffee,
which is likely roasted with fruit.
Yeah. So
any syrups?
There are 2 different syrups.
Okay.
There's a salted caramel.
Okay.
And then there is hazelnut.
Okay.
So you got to figure out what I put in your drink.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna drink it, and I'm gonna try to guess the coffee and the flavor. Man, you put a lot of syrup in that, dude.
It's a 1-to-1 ratio.
Of coffee to syrup?
Yes.
Okay. Look at that. That's all I got. That's all he gave me. Do you see his cup? This cup's nearly full. Okay.
You can try my coffee.
I got like probably that much of coffee that Walker made me.
Yep.
Okay.
Good luck.
I'm guessing you made with the Santiago from the Dominican one. Yeah. And then did you only use one syrup?
I used both.
So you used vanilla and hazelnut, right? Was it vanilla and hazelnut?
No, salted caramel.
Oh, sorry, salted caramel and hazelnut. Was it the Santiago?
Yes. You got
Let's
that right.
go.
I don't know how you got that one right.
All right. Dad, you got to try this. You got to Take a good swig. What are your thoughts?
It tastes like terrible coffee, but really sweet. Really sweet.
It doesn't even taste like coffee, man.
No, you taste that coffee taste right off the bat. Maybe it's just the smell. I don't know. When you first hit it.
Oh, he's going for a second.
Oh, that's. Do you really?
It hurts so good.
Do you really like the taste of that?
This I think Walker could have definitely gone a little lighter on the syrup.
Oh no, I know. I saw that. And I was like, I know this is wrong.
You still gave it to me?
Yes.
Okay.
Taste that. Do you like that?
Okay. He likes it sweet, guys. He likes it sweet.
That was a lot less syrup.
That tastes exactly like a cappuccino from Quick Trip.
Does it?
That tastes like a French vanilla cappuccino from Quick Trip.
So what did you do for your coffee?
That's odd. What do you think? What syrup do you think?
It tastes like. Let me try one more time. It's caramel. You put caramel in it, and
Okay.
what was it? The same coffee, or was it Black Rifle?
This is the same coffee.
Did you put any milk in it?
Yeah, froth milk.
Did you put caramel? You put both flavors?
I put yes. So one of them is caramel, one of them is hazelnut, and I put froth milk in both.
Well, sir, you have reached Quick Trip standard. That's pretty good, because they probably spent a good amount of money on those machines, those cappuccino machines.
Yeah.
All right, so, well, thank you. I'm still going to drink it, because I can probably drink it in like 2 swigs.
So what you guys need to understand is your grandfather, my dad, he would go get coffee all the time, but it was a different day. You guys, I listen to you talk and it sounds so bougie with all the crap that you put in your coffee and how you know, oh, well, it's roasted with this. My dad would go to McDonald's and pay like 35 cents, and they would just have a pot back there.
Yeah.
And they would just pour it in your cup, and that was it. There was two options, caffeinated and decaffeinated. That was it.
Yeah.
And one particular morning, fun story, Grandpa Schwing, Vernon. One particular morning, he got in there early. Like as soon as they opened, he was going to go do a roof that day or something. And he got in there, and he was first one in there. Didn't think anybody else was in there. He's getting his cup of coffee. And he realizes, man, I've really got to sneeze. And he's about to sneeze. And you got the counter here, and you got, some kid getting the coffee back over there. And so right as he's about to sneeze, he doesn't want to sneeze on the counter and everything. So and he turns and just sneezes. Well, when he sneezes, he buries his head in this lady's chest. just sneezes all in her chest. And because he didn't know anybody was there. And he comes up, and the lady is just like backing up, looking like, what did you just do? And he just says, he doesn't know what to say, so he goes, can I buy you a cup of coffee? So that's how it was for coffee back in the day.
Oh man, yeah, no, for sure. That's so funny. That's crazy. That's how it was back then for sure. And I mean, like, I work in a factory, and most of the guys there just drink just plain black coffee, but still we got like Keurigs and stuff. Like you can find a Keurig anywhere. And I mean, all those little pods, they already have like dehydrated milk in them and everything. So I mean, you can just make a latte like that. So everybody can kind of be like a coffee snob now, and everybody prefers more like fancier kinds of coffee. And so yeah, it's really crazy how it can change like that in the generations. Yeah.
Wow. I want to say one thing.
Closer, Walker.
I want to say one thing. You were wrong.
Me?
Yep. Syrups were wrong.
What?
This is hazelnut, and this is caramel. So whenever you said it tasted like straight up candy, I was kind of scared you would get caramel from that one, but
because it was so sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's caramel.
Was it really like a 1-to-1 ratio?
More or less.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I guess that concludes our coffee break for now. Yep. So, Dad, thanks for being a part of it. Yeah, let's get back to the story.
All right.
All right, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to Coffee and the Creeps, where we're talking about Travis Walton and his Fire in the Sky story with the extraterrestrial alien abduction. So, real quick, we have our other guest co-host, my dad, Adam. Dad, I'd just like to ask you, do you consider yourself a believer in what's out there, extraterrestrial-wise?
I would assume so.
I don't know. I had a dream vacation planned.
Okay.
Last summer.
Oh yeah.
We were going to go to Roswell.
Yeah, we were.
And then my family messed that all up.
We messed it up.
Yes. But that was my dream vacation. I love all things. I love all things alien. Those are the best movies. Those are some of the best movies. I mean, Aliens 2, Aliens 3, whatever. I love those movies. Fire in the Sky.
Yeah.
I made you watch that when you were little.
A long time ago.
Yeah, so I love that stuff. I think there's a lot of things out there that nobody can explain. Nobody understands. Whether I really believe or not, I don't know. I'm undecided. I'm not going to rule anything out. But because I like it so much, I guess I entertain it more than probably most.
What do you think kind of got you into everything? Like kind of just launched you off the bat, you think? I know that you were like a really big fan of Star Trek.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah, Star Trek. Yeah, movies. Basically, TV shows, movies. Yeah.
Any like particular one?
That's too tough, man. Too tough. Even alien movies other people don't like, I like John Carter.
Yeah.
I like that movie. Space, what is it? Cowboys,
and aliens.
Cowboys and
Oh my
aliens. Yeah,
gosh.
a lot of people don't like that. I enjoy it. Battleship. Yeah, I don't know why.
That was a little far out for me. That one's a little far out for me. I don't know. I don't.
Wait. Cowboys and aliens isn't far out.
No, I don't know why. I really like the cowboy.
How do the
part.
Cowboys beat aliens?
Well, I mean, well, I don't know. I think I like the. It's like replacing cowboys and Indians, saying cowboys and aliens. I don't know. I thought that was a kind of a cool thing, and also like Daniel Craig, he's James Bond, so he's real cool.
X-Men. I'm sorry, not X-Men. X-Files.
Oh
Yeah, great
that's
show.
the best. Yeah.
Great show.
Yeah.
So Will Smith, that alien movie. Independence Day.
Oh.
That's an alien movie. There's so many good alien movies out there. So yeah, I've just always liked it. Grew up watching Star Trek with my mom, and so yeah, I just always liked it. So I entertain it more than probably other people.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your input, and thanks for making your guest appearance here on our show. We'll catch you later, Dan. Thanks.
All right, have a good one.
All right, so now let's get back to our story, Walker. So the setting is, Travis Walton just came back. He just woke up on the side of the road, and he absolutely has a crazy story to tell everybody. And exactly what he's telling everybody is that after this big flash happens and he passes out, next thing he knows, he wakes up in what he can only make out to be a hospital room. And he's completely surrounded by 3 weird-looking bald creatures that are trying to examine him or do something with him. It's really weird because he's in a hospital room, so he can his mind automatically goes to the worst, and he bursts into fear. And only thing he can think to do is just try to fight his way out of there because he doesn't know what's happening and he thinks that he's in danger. So he's in this scuffle with these creatures, and then there's this random human that comes out of nowhere wearing a weird helmet. And that human calms him down and leads him into just another room away from these weird creatures. And then next thing he knows, he's being covered in plastic, his head's being covered in plastic by these 3 other people that just come out of nowhere with helmets on. And he passes out. Next thing he knows, he's up and on the side of a road with no clothes on. It's crazy. So this story comes out, and it obviously catches the news, and it spreads like wildfire. And this causes people to want answers, in the town and around, and on the news, people just watching the news. So what do people do back in the 70s whenever they want answers?
They get polygraph tests, man.
Exactly. They get a polygraph test. And so, let's see. The Inquirer and the Aerial Phenomena Research Organization conducts polygraph tests on all 7 of the men who were there that night on what they saw. And to their complete surprise, all of those guys passed with flying colors, except one was left inconclusive. One of the tests were left inconclusive. So that's not technically a failure, but it is worth mentioning. So still, all 7 men passed with flying colors of their accounts, and none of them are denying what they saw. And so this obviously causes a rage in the media, leading eventually to fame for all the men, especially including Travis Walton, the guy who claims to have been abducted and saw these things. However, despite all this compelling evidence, there still remains to be people who are not convinced, some skeptics on what happened that night. So before we start to get into, what some people are claiming, I think that we should kind of set the setting on the time period.
Yeah, what's happening?
Yeah, we're in the mid 1970s.
Yeah.
So this whole thing happens on November of 1975. So we're in the midst of the 70s. And at that time, there's actually people all over the country talking about UFO sightings, talking about, similar things that they've seen on TV, which at the time, just a few days before this all happens, the whole Travis Walton fiasco, an NBC actually released some, fictional extraterrestrial special that people watched. And so this is in the hearts and minds of everybody. Kind of this, I feel like it kind of just instills this fear within everybody.
Yeah.
And maybe it can cause people to see things that they really didn't see, or that's not there. Because you have all these people all of a sudden saying, oh, I saw this, I saw that,
Yeah, it's like a placebo effect.
Yeah. Also, you have things in the media that may influence these guys' perspective on what they saw that night. But then you have to also take into account what's happening in the world. At around this time, we are actually just ending the space race with the Soviets. And that's all being televised and, broadcasted on the news and stuff. And I'm sure kids, are hearing crazy things about space in the news and stuff. And, they don't know what they're thinking. And then you also have the first man on the moon, not even in a decade before this all happens. So that's one of the biggest moments in world history. And it happens in space. And so all these things are happening all at once. And it's very reasonable for people to kind of not just jump straight to conclusions that, hey, aliens are real. Because, there's weird people out there. There's crazy people out there. And people can have vivid imaginations. And people can see things that aren't there. It's true. Your brain can play tricks on you. We're just giving the facts. So a group of scientific skeptics and UFO researchers seem to reject the legitimacy of Walton's experience. And they're claiming that there's plot holes in all the guys' testimonies and inconsistencies in their stories. There's also some claims that Walton's polygraph was not conducted in complete fairness, saying that he actually knew some methods and he used those methods to cheat on the polygraph, such as holding his breath.
Yeah, because the polygraph tests tracked your heart rate and
Exactly
how much you sweated and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean people have been trained for the longest time. There's training that's existed for the longest time to be able to control your heart rate, to focus on things or to de-stress or whatever,
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like it wouldn't be the hardest thing in the world to figure out how to do that and to exemplify that. So that is fair. Now, whether or not he did that, I don't think it's ever really been confirmed.
Yeah.
However,
it's just a superstition.
It's fair. Yeah. It's fair. It's fair to think and to put into play, I guess. Also, there's a UFO researcher named Philip Klass who believes that he found another polygraph test which Walton took and he actually failed on. Whether or not this is true, I wasn't able to find a whole lot about it, but it's just definitely interesting to take into account. Because, I mean, I don't think it's fair just to jump straight to conclusions. But Walker, what do you think? Okay, overall, are you a believer? Do you think something's out there?
Now that is a very, very big question, and we need to set parameters of what is something out there. If it's a microscopic bacteria, of course there's something out there. It has to be.
Okay.
But if it's some intelligent species that can get here in time, that's completely different. I don't think that there's a species that can, an intelligent species that's out there.
Okay. All right. So yeah, no, you don't believe in aliens,
Aliens coming
humanoid
to,
people. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool. I do. So it's always fun whenever you have a skeptic and a believer, because we have stuff to talk about. But why? What makes you? What leads you to believe that there is nothing intelligent out there?
So first of all, in order for something intelligent to be out there enough to get here, they would have to have equipment that is, by Einstein's theory, physically impossible to have, such as going the speed of light, at the speed of light, which would still take years to get here. So, going at the speed of light, Einstein says it's impossible because light, it requires an infinite amount of energy to go at the speed of light. So, if a species was intelligent enough to be able to do that, we'd probably already be dead because they would come here, find us, reap our resources, and leave.
Okay. What if time travel's been able to be unlocked? And these people are from the future, but they're not people. What if they're not people? What if, like, somehow our civilization of humans has eventually, like, evolved into something else, and it's humans,
Okay.
like, evolved humans, you know what I'm saying?
So now you're going to the territory of the humans evolving.
Yes.
So which is much more different.
But they're
So-
like educated humans that have been able to crack, like, having some form of infinite energy or simulated infinite energy that can be reused to time travel. Space travel. And then eventually they figure out time travel, and then they come back. Because, I mean, think of all the time that has to pass by. Like, I mean, you really think humans are going to be around for that long? You know what I'm saying? Long enough for us to figure out time travel and space travel?
If I'm being honest, no.
Exactly. So that's why they look like things that we're not familiar with. Closest thing that we can, like, say that they are like humans, like weird, alien-looking creatures. Aliens.
Yeah.
Foreign. Alien just means foreign.
Yeah.
So, like, what? Like, do you think that's possible? Or just
So-
no, not completely possible?
It's theoretically possible, but not really. No.
So, you don't think that this story for Travis Walton actually happened?
My version of what happened gets wild, okay?
Okay, so what?
This is like during the Cold War, right?
Okay.
Because it's the 70s.
Okay.
So during the Cold War ends at the 90s, right? So in Area 51, what if the Russians had information that Americans were holding aliens there? And so they decided to free them so that they would wreak havoc on America. So that they could possibly strike.
Do you think that they would be able to have that kind of control on them, though? On the aliens?
You see, okay. So they wouldn't have control over the aliens.
So how can they hold them? How can they make them attack and wreak havoc on the Americans and just the Americans?
Well, they would do that just simply by releasing them. If they released them to the people that captured them, they would probably be angry. So they would probably just attack America. And
Wait. You're saying America captured them?
Yeah. America captured them to do tests on them in Area 51. And so the Russians freed them.
How does the Russians free them? How do they get into Area 51 and free them?
So they had inside agents.
In Area 51?
Yeah. Yeah. In Area 51, they had a secret operation or something.
Okay.
And they released them from their chambers so that they could go out and attack everyone. And basically,
Okay.
those Americans inside of the ship were Russians. But they had the helmets on because they didn't want him to know that they were Russians. So
where were they?
they
In America?
yeah.
They were in a hospital in America?
No. They took a medical ship from Area 51 because it's like there's an airstrip there, so they probably have like a medical ship, and they used that as their escape route so that they could get out of there. And they call it a flying saucer, but they could have just been a plane that was quiet, like a stealth plane or something.
That's fair. Yeah, no. Yeah. I think yeah, you're definitely going on to something here. Like, what would they think of an iPhone? Of a touchscreen iPhone back then in the 70s?
Yeah,
They would think
wild.
that thing, like, came out of a spaceship. They would think it's an alien device
Yeah.
because they've never seen that kind of technology ever.
I mean, they would still have like phones in their cars, like attached to it.
Yeah, like, I mean, it would be hard to comprehend, and so all you would do is just use language that you know.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you're onto something there. Maybe, yes, I think worst case scenario is they didn't see aliens. It wasn't actually aliens, but they were convinced in their hearts that they saw something really, really bizarre that maybe the government doesn't want anybody to know about, but they saw. And the only way that they can explain it, those men, are, hey, it's aliens. And the government's fine with that. Because the government thinks, oh, no, there's no aliens. So let's just make them look crazy. Or everybody's going to think that they're crazy.
Yeah.
So they just let them go with it. And they believe in their hearts that what they saw was alien stuff. But maybe it was just some like secret spy plane or something, or who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
But where was he for 5 days?
They brainwashed him.
Okay. All right.
They
that's
brainwashed him into him thinking that he saw aliens.
Okay.
When in fact he did not.
All right. Hey. That's something.
And he can't recall whenever he got grabbed.
And maybe, yeah. So they're trying to scare Americans by using these guys as, like, spokespeople for saying, oh, the sky's falling.
Yeah.
And they're trying to create panic. And so, okay, I can see, where that could maybe be true.
Yeah.
That's really wild, though. That's almost as wild as aliens.
Well, real life is crazy.
It is crazy. Which is why I am not a denier that maybe they, did get, a visit from aliens. Maybe it was aliens. I don't know. But anyways, whether or not it happened, whether or not it did, honestly, neither one of us are ever going to know. All right, everybody, let us know what you creeps think may have happened that night in November of 1975. Let us know if you guys even believe in maybe something being out there. If you guys don't, that's cool too. Like I said, go Team Believers. But
make sure to hit that notification bell so whenever a new podcast episode comes out, you see it and you can watch it and subscribe, comment.
that'll definitely help us out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for us, just go ahead and email us at coffeeandthecreeps.info@gmail.com. And yeah, we'll catch you guys with another episode of Coffee and the Creeps next week. See ya.